Hey guys, Jeff, Texas Motor Works. So, this bike, I don't even know where to begin with this thing. It's a 94 GSXR 1100. It had been sitting in a, well, I was told it was sitting in a barn for many, many years, but I know it was sitting. I just don't think there was a barn involved. I think it was sitting outside. But you know, I really should have shot a video earlier. I'm probably 75% done at this point. Completely stripped it down, repainted the motor. I've got the clutch cover off right now because I'm trying to unstick the clutch, get the clutch working right. The carbs were completely frozen solid. These aren't even the original carbs. The originals that were on there were a write-off. They were frozen solid with rust. There was no saving them. So fortunately I found a used set. When I took the tank off, this was a mess in here, and I got everything sorted back out, all the wires and the coil, and that was rough. I completely rebuilt the gauge cluster, took it apart. That was in bad shape. Cleaned up all the switches. These are new hand grips. These are actually new master cylinders. The other ones were frozen. The headlight bezel inside here was faded. It just really took away from the bike, so I separated that yesterday, took that all apart, repainted that, put it back together, put it back on today. Radiator's been refinished. The oil cooler down below has been refinished. I refinished the exhaust. It's got the stock exhaust. So one thing this bike has going for it is it is 100% original. So no pods on the carbs, no pipe, and everything's there. It was just really rough. I redid the wheels. I actually had to have that paint matched and then put into spray cans. And then what I did was, since I was spraying them with paint, I was worried that when the bike needed new tires front and back, so I was worried that when they mounted the new tires, it would screw up the paint on the wheel, since it's paint, not powder coat. So what I did was I had to mount the tires first, and then I carefully masked them off and then reshot them. You really can't tell. Refinished the brakes. The brake rotors were completely rusted. They looked like that. So where I'm at right now is, and I refinished all this stuff under the seat. Everything. It had a aftermarket 90s alarm on it, which was quite a piece of equipment in itself. I think it had like 10 or 15 wires going to it, and I had to figure out how to extricate it from the bike. But anyway, where I'm at now is I'm getting ready to put the rear wheel back on. You can see it's over there painted. Maybe I should just leave the blue tape on. But anyway, I got to refinish the brake rotor and then put the wheel together. I just refinished putting a sprocket on the hub carrier. So that's kind of where I'm at. Today my goal is to get the rear wheel on it, and then tomorrow I'll start going through the brakes. I've already got the lines pretty clean, but you can see here's the one I just took off the rear. That's going to need to be cleaned on through, and then the fronts right up here. Look at this. Do you know what this is like for an OCD person like me? It's torturous. But anyway, these are the brakes. So each one of them has 6 pistons. So I had to go through and make sure each of the pistons worked. But I'll put those back together tomorrow, repaint them, throw those on there. So after I get the brakes done, the tank and the front fender are being painted right now. I got to clean up the bodywork the best I can. And it should be running and riding for, I would say, next weekend, if all goes well. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, once I get it put back together, then I got it running, but I haven't ridden it yet. So who knows? Number 1 cylinder looked like it was completely underwater. So, you know, I don't know if there's any long-term damage there. I have no idea. But that's what doing these bikes is all about. So anyway, next video I shoot, hopefully this thing will be done and running. Oh, one last thing I did that I'm quite proud of. I refinished the seat. I've become quite good at doing upholstery. So this year bike, I call these GSXRs the kind of the disco years. They really pushed the envelope with the colors and the schemes, but I recovered both of these. So, and that's pretty close to the factory color. I think it's off a shade or two, but I don't know. It'd be a nice bike. I've got profit in it. Way more time. I don't have, put it this way, I don't have enough profit compared to the amount of time that I've had to put in it, but that's just how it goes with these. And it's fun. This one's really right on the borderline of fun and tedious, but now that it's coming together, it's starting to become fun. It's been pretty tedious up to this point, just undoing everything. I mean, it was probably, out of everything I've done, every bike I've done, absolutely the worst bike I've ever rehabbed, but probably the worst item I've ever rehabbed. That includes cars and trucks and bikes and furniture and women, stuff like that. Alrighty, take care.